everybody, we are out here and we are gonna try to get our sink in today and our drain for the sink, and then after that we'll finish up the hot and cold lines from the tank and be good to go. So the plan for the sink is we got this cool drop-in sink that's gonna go right here. It's gonna be undermount, so the countertop will all be flush above it, and then we'll drain down right behind here, and then we'll run a hose back to the back of the tank, and we'll tee off to the other tank connection that's the shower drain into the gray water tank. Alright, so I'll try to show you real quick what we're going to do here. I'm just going to put a 2x3 back through here to here for the sink to rest on, and same about right here, and this will sit on top of both of those underneath the countertop. I know typically they have little brackets that you would hook under the edge here and screw into the countertop, but since this thing's a moving bus, I really want to make sure it's extra secure. So we're going to put some 2x3s across there and just make sure it's extra stable. The drain does just barely clear the edge of the tank here, so we'll put our S-tube in and then see where that ends up. So as you can see now, the sink is installed. It's just floating there right now. What I gotta do is put the drain in and everything else below that. I'm pretty sure I bought a drain and all that stuff, so I'll figure that out. But how the countertop will work is it will sit on top of this. We'll do probably some liquid nails, and then maybe if we can get a couple screws underneath too, just to get it really really firmly attached. But that's where that's going to go. You can see there's a little bit of room for the drain straight down there. And yep, next thing we're going to do is pull the sink back out. There's a breather tube that needs to go on here for the fill hose for the fresh water, and then I have to take out a plug I thought I was supposed to plug here and put in the breather for that as well. So that's next. Quick little recap. You just saw me fit the sink there. I drew a little X on the ground where the drain is going to be roughly. This is, I think, roughly it. So the sink drain will come down, made to the top of here. We have our little S tube that will go down, and we will run the spa hose we got up through that hole. So I have to go underneath and make sure that hole is not going to hit anything important, isn't right above our tank for some reason, and go from there. So it's roughly a foot in. I'll measure a foot in from the side here, and then right in line with this red emergency handle. So okay, so as you probably can't see, I'll try to get you up here where the light might be a little better. We do have the sink drain hole all the way through. There's some daylight there. And then above us here is our shower drain there. Again, very tough to see with the lighting down here. I didn't bring a flashlight. And then this is our gray water tank. We will hook up both the hoses to a T and then to this upper attachment here. Sawdust on the screen there, and then this will be our drain. So we'll hook up a 90 here over to a valve, and then you can turn the valve to drain it. Alright, so what I just did is I cut a hole in the floor and in the cabinet here and ran my flexible not very flexible, but flexible spa tubing up through here. This is going to be my main drain from the sink. I have to go underneath and put a T to my other connection to the shower drain, and then hook that up to the big tank underneath. So that is coming up next, but I just want to show you where I got to here. And I put a small hose clamp on the bottom here just to keep it from backing out. That'll come off before we're done. How's it going, guys? It got a little cold and a little dark outside, so I couldn't show you the mostly finished drain. We do have the sink drain, which is underneath here, hooked up and going down into the spa tubing down underneath the tank. It meets a T down there where it meets the shower drain, and I have to buy one more connection to go to the actual tank. And then next, what I got is our hot water heater. Had pretty good reviews. It's an instant hot water heater. I will probably hang this thing outside of the shower so it doesn't get soaked every time somebody uses it. But still TBD, gotta talk to Liz about that, see where she wants it. You can turn up your temperature here and then turn up your water pressure there. The cold water inlet is here, so that's how it comes in. Gas inlet's here. There's a drain plug here, so if you are ever winterizing it, you can just pop this out and drain it. And then this is the hot water out. So what I need to do is get some connectors so I can connect my PEX to this, but just one for here. And then I'm going to tee off of this and run both the shower handle and faucet and everything off of that, and the sink hot water is going to come from here. And this is propane powered. So that is next steps for getting this guy hung up. I'm going to get it roughed in up here, and then once I think I have it where I want it, I'll pull it down and then finish up plumbing under the sink. And then once that's done, I will go back and start working on all of our siding and stuff like that on the inside. But again, like you can see, it's come a long way. This thing's super happy. It's been, you know, cooking for electrical power. We got all the box and everything inside here closed up. The wires are looking a lot nicer. So it's come a long way. We got a little bit more to go. Good afternoon, everybody. We're outside in Tin Lizzie working on finishing up the sink plumbing today, and then we'll probably figure out where we're going to hang the shower and the water heater. And I will show you where we left off. So yesterday I sat here with the heat gun forever trying to get this hose to cooperate with the shape it needed to be. This is spa hose. This is going to be our main drain from the sink down to the T that comes off the shower into the gray water tank. We also yesterday added this breather hose for the tank so it can fill it. These are our power wires for our water pump. So what I'm going to probably start with is hooking up the rest of the sink and roughing that in to where it needs to be. And then I will put in probably the main feed line out of here and see where I need to put the pump. There's a thing that contains the pressure, and once I've got those figured out, then I'll probably start cutting some PEX and feeding those where they need to go. So off to a good start. Enjoy. Alright, so next thing we're working on is we're just going to mount our water heater up here. And then we'll clear out all the plastic that's going to be above the vents just so we don't have any heat issues or anything like that, melting plastic. And then we're going to try to frame around it with the siding and everything when we get to that point. Alright, so battery died on us again. Love GoPro batteries. But I need a bunch of the PEX connectors, the female to half-inch PEX, so I need to go buy probably 10 of those, because I need one for there, 2 for there, probably some more. I keep being short on PEX connectors, so I'm just going to buy a little bit extra. And then from there we'll run the cold side of the faucet, can pretty much go directly off of a T off of this guy, so that's this guy, and then the hot side is going to come off of the T here, so the hot side will come down off of this, down through the wall, down into the cabinet here, and go up into the faucet there. Again, I did dangle the chrome cord down, I don't know if you can see that, for the shower head, so it looks like it should fit pretty well. And if we want to do any outside showering or spray stuff off, we can always just throw that out the window and use it out there. So that's pretty cool. Quick update there. Next, I'm gonna just make sure I clean this out real good and then put some sealer over the grout, just so we don't have any issues with water or cracking or anything like that. So that's next. Alright, so today what we finished up here was the grout. Kalu was very happy with how it came out. Kalu, give us a shake to tell us if we did a good job. We did a good job, didn't we? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Alright, here it is. So we just went over the sealer, everywhere with sealer on all the grout that prevents any stains or anything from growing in there or sticking or whatever, and it's all supposed to help if there were any little tiny cracks from preventing any water getting through. So that's all done. Probably time to call it a night. I'm going to wrap it up and head inside. But yeah, like I said, lots of cool stuff got done today. And ready to keep going when I get a few more parts. How's it going, everybody? On today's episode, we are working on putting the pump, expansion tank, filter, all that stuff in. Those are roughly placed right now. Most of the episode so far has been me looking for my tools, which means I'm probably getting a little disorganized and I need to clean soon. Because you can see I have a pile here, I got a pile there, I got a pile there, and then there's some other miscellaneous stuff in the garage. Walls will probably be coming soon in here. I think after I get the rest of the plumbing run, this will be my next step. So we are moving pretty good. So I'll show you what's going on in here. What we have going on is our pump here, SureFlow RV pump, expansion tank in the back, which I mounted. We're gonna have to do a little bit of creative pipe work here just because there's not a lot of space, and then this is kind of a weird place for this to come out, so probably gonna come down and around or up and over and around or something like that. So this looks hopefully neat at the end. This guy has to come up and back behind to there, this connector. And then from there, we'll have our cold water out, which will go up to T. One will go to the sink, and the other one will go up to the shower for the hot water, and the hot water will come back down into here to the sink. So not too complicated, but still a little bit of something to figure out. Alright, so we made some pretty good progress here. I'll walk you through. You guys are sideways today. I'll walk you through what's going on and how the water works. So down here out of your tank, you've got your water that goes through a little U-shape here in the strainer, through the pump, up to the accumulator. The accumulator stores the pressure for the water. And so when you turn on the faucet, it will have instant pressure. The pump doesn't have to get the water all the way there. So from there, we've got a little T here. The T, as you can maybe see, goes up to the faucet, cold water faucet. And then the other part of the T goes up to the shower up here. And that's the cold water inlet for the water heater, instant hot water heater. And then the red is the heat. So we'll have one red that's the unplugged, that'll be the shower head, and the other red, which is crimped in now, will be the faucet hot. And you can see the faucet hot, it comes in here and goes to this faucet here. So we managed to get the really hard stuff done, which is great. I was worried this was going to be super difficult. It's actually not that bad. These little crimp connectors too are pretty easy. I'll show you how to use one of those in a second. Alright, hopefully you can see me. I know it's a little dark in here, but if you're thinking, can I do this at home? The answer is yeah. You just gotta buy the stuff, which is kind of expensive. But PEX tubing, these little crimp rings, put the ring on. I leave a little bit at the ends, just so the tool gets in there, and I make sure I'm grabbing at least a couple of the rings. You stick your fitting in, like so, and then you grab your crimper. This is the expensive part. Stick one of these guys in there, and then make sure it's lined up in the center. I just want to make sure it's not too far this way or too far this way where I'm not getting the whole ring. And then you just squeeze, and you're crimped. And you can kind of see where it pulled the metal there to make it nice and tight. And these guys do not come apart. So very easy to do. The tricky part, as you can see, is just figuring out how you want to route it. When you have really tight space like we do here, you get weird stuff like that probably. I'm sure someone smarter than me could find a better way to do it, but that's what I got. So, you know, you get what you pay for, and I'm pretty cheap labor. Alright, I did clean up a little bit, so I'll be able to find my tools tomorrow, but I wanted to give everyone just a quick walkthrough of, you know, how it's coming, what it looks like here. It's pretty sweet. It's starting to look very homey. There's actually pretty good space in here. Yeah, this will be about where the bed is, and like I said, dresser. Fridge will be underneath this bench. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. We've come a long way here. I'll walk all the way to the back for you. It's a good thing we don't stand up in the back, because there's this really cool HVAC thing above me that I like to hit my head on. So have a good night, guys. This is exciting. I am pretty pumped, and you should be too.